Washington reporter Evan Koslof joins us now with more reaction on this election day from D.C. Tell us, Evan, what you're hearing on Capitol Hill.
Well, Annika, this mayor's race has gotten a lot of interest on Capitol Hill. Let's start with the GOP because it's been a little more straightforward. As you might expect, lawmakers are labeling Mamdani as extreme, a communist, far left, and it seems that they plan to make him the face of the Democratic Party if he does win. And that's why we've seen a somewhat muted response from many Democrats. Of course, Mamdani does have his vocal supporters, for example, Senator Bernie Sanders, Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. But we've also seen many party leaders reluctant to give their support, and that includes the Senate Minority Leader, Chuck Schumer, who is still not given an endorsement, and the top Democrat in the House, Hakeem Jeffries, who took a long time to do so. There's also been hesitance from many moderates in the party. Take a listen to Congressman Tom Suozzi when he was asked about the race.
I think that when looking at the two candidates head-to-head, that Andrew Cuomo would be much better for New York City because he has the experience of operating a multi-billion-dollar enterprise and getting things done in the complex environment of New York politics. And I think one very important thing is Andrew Cuomo will fight back against Donald Trump. We know that. Andrew Cuomo is no pushover. He will fight back if Donald Trump tries to hurt New York in any way, shape, or form. He will be a very good advocate for the city.
And President Trump has really vocally opposed Mamdani and his policies, but he's not throwing his support behind Curtis Sliwa, the Republican, in this race, saying that he wasn't ready for prime time, despite the fact that they are both in the same party. Earlier this week, Trump said that if he had to choose, he'd back Andrew Cuomo. Any word from the president today on this election day?
Yeah, we have heard from him on social media. I mean, look, he's shown a great interest in this race, criticizing Mamdani as a communist and extreme. And on Sunday, he took the remarkable step of endorsing Andrew Cuomo, as you were mentioning. Yes, he's running as an independent, but he's also a lifelong Democrat. So it's a surprising move for the president. In a lengthy post on Monday, he described why. He said he would rather see a Democrat who has had a record of success, I'm reading a quote here, than a communist with no experience. He also said that a vote for the Republican in the race was essentially a vote for Mamdani. And today he escalated some of his criticism, saying any Jewish person that votes for Mamdani is a, quote, stupid person. And Annika, perhaps most serious of all, he's also threatening to hold back federal dollars for the city if Mamdani does win, saying that he would not want to send, quote, good money after bad. Whether the courts would actually allow this, though, that's an open question.
Exactly. While I have you, Evan, we've been reporting today on the death of former Vice President Dick Cheney, a massively powerful figure in Washington for many, many years. Talk a little bit about the kind of impact that he had, both while in office, but also on politics and the Republican Party.
Right. The response here in Washington has been fascinating, especially by Republicans, because he was once a towering figure in Washington, but he's also become somewhat isolated in recent years because of his many disagreements with President Trump. In 2022, you may recall that Cheney released a scathing ad criticizing Trump's role in the January 6th attack. And then ahead of the 2024 election, he actually endorsed Trump's opponent, Kamala Harris. That being said, the flags were lowered to half staff at the White House, and Republican leaders boasted of his accomplishments as a congressman, the Secretary of Defense, and finally as vice president under George W. Bush. Annika?
Evan Koslof for us in Washington this evening. Thank you so much for that.